Everybody, Scott Pierce here at Listings to Leads. And if you've got an open house, you are in the right place, yours or borrowed. We're going to talk about how to get listings and how to get buyers from our open house. So go ahead and let me know if you got an open house. Just type in open house or OH and let me know if it's your listing, it's a borrowed listing. This will work all the way across. It's going to be absolutely phenomenal. And pay attention. We are recording this. It will be available on our YouTube channel a little bit later this afternoon, and I'll show you where to get a hold of that. And I did drop into the chat the link to the Listings to Leads open house cheat sheet for getting listings and buyers. And so we're here, and we're not just marketing an open house. We are going to create a open house experience to where we're going to market it ahead of time. We're going to get a lot of people there. We're going to conduct the open house in such a way that we are going to engage homeowners, home sellers, home buyers. And excuse me, then we're going to talk a little bit about follow-up. All right. So my listing, about to put it in Listings to Leads. Awesome. Perfect. Awesome. I'm trying to find a borrowed one for this weekend. Excuse me. All right, Arif, perfect. I love it. And we'll talk about, make sure you borrow, okay? Even if you've got listings, you're going to do open houses on your listings, of course, but sometimes we want to make sure that we're doing open houses in an area for a home that is really primed to help us make sure that we get the best quality seller and buyer leads. All right. Louisville, Kentucky. Awesome. Louisville, are you freezing? I don't know. The weather just seems absolutely nuts everywhere. Yeah, hopefully you're not too bad. So in the link I put in, so if you scroll up a little bit, in fact, go ahead and let me put it in one more time in case. Ooh, Maryland, I'm sure it's cold there. So this is the link to the page I'm looking at right now. So if you want to log in, if you got a second screen or something like that, you can click here to log in or start your free trial of listings2leads.com. Power is on in Maryland, so we're good. Awesome. Glad to hear that. So there's some links right here, and I'm just going to touch on them real quick, then we're going to jump right into the account. But our main open house marketing and lead gen live training overview, if I click here, and this is what is more or less underneath the green market listing button. So market listing, in this case, for an open house. And this has all the different options that are available to you, from the Facebook ads to making sure we automate follow-up or get those leads to your CRM, social media posts, Instagram, Facebook stories, TikTok, YouTube shorts, social media posts and e-flyers for your social media and your database. Or I'm sorry, that's for the seller. All right. So tools for the seller. The nearby homeowner letter. This is one of the top tools to get the neighbors into your pipeline. And so we got some other great things that we're going to be talking about there. We got the nearby homeowner letter, which is most appropriate for an open house, typically a postcard and a door hanger, or a little bit longer lead time. So we like that letter. We like to door knock. We'll be talking about that. Invite those neighbors. All right. Invite those neighbors to your open house. We even have a script in here. You can do circle prospecting to those neighbors. I mean, if you're going to do an open house, you're going to spend the money, you're going to spend the time making an investment into a program like My Plus Leads, RedX, Vulcan 7 to be able to call and invite the neighbors to the open house. It's almost like a service, all right? You're almost like providing a service to these neighbors. We want to make sure that we are doing that. We've got an e-flyer and a call script for our database. All right. We don't want to forget our database. These are leads that we've spent money and time to generate. So we don't want to ignore them. All right. So just similar to the neighbors, we want to provide a service and make sure that we invite our some of the leads in our database. So we're going to send an email dedicated to the open house to all of the leads in our database. I would send it to the buyer and the seller leads, to everybody. And then I would call through some of those leads. And we got some call scripts in the system for that as well. We've got a short form video script. So you saw a little bit above here that we were talking about Instagram stories and TikTok and YouTube Shorts. That's one version of it. But then we got another one where it is you talking. So we want to get your beautiful face, your beautiful energy into this video where you're inviting everybody to the open house coming up. And then we got the single property website and virtual tour. We got listing flyers. So we want to make sure that you got your listing flyers at the open house. All right. That is underneath the market listing section. They've got QR codes, text codes on them. So when people visit the open house and they leave, if you don't have them in your system later, they can scan the QR code, send a text message, get the property website to their phone. We've got sign writers that you want to make sure. So you want your open house yard sign as quickly as possible. If it's your listing in particular, you want to go and get from your association one of these. All right. We want to put it on top of that yard sign. We're going to put listing flyers on the yard sign so that all the people walking by, the neighbors, all right, hitting up the neighbors, engaging the neighbors starts today. All right, it starts today. We got a number of different things that we're going to be doing. So make sure that you deck out your yard sign. And then we got some other things down here. And then we've also got the open house sign-in sheet that we'll be talking about. The next link on that page I dropped into the chat is Open House Mastery. So now this is going to talk about a couple of different things. In particular, the 2 to 3 things in particular this is going to talk about is A, making sure that we select the right home to hold open. So not all homes are equal. All right. So we want to make sure that we have a home that is in a good area, meaning that there's neighbors around it, that it's easy to get to. You're going to see here there's a presentation. There's a guide that goes along with the presentation. And then there's a checklist. So all of these are pretty much covering the same thing in different formats. If I click on the presentation, I'll just touch on it just very briefly. You can come back to this later. And this is phenomenal. If you're a broker, a trainer, a coach, a lender, a title officer, and you want to do a training for your agents, obviously, if you're an agent, you want to make sure that you go through this. This is a phenomenal presentation, and it's going to help you make that open house an event. We want it so that when people come into the open house, immediately they recognize us as something different from all of those other agents and all those other open houses that they're going to. We want to make sure that we are, that we stand out from the sea of monotony that is the standard open house. We don't want to be that person. We want to be the person that when the neighbor comes through, when a buyer comes through, when somebody comes through that owns a home and they're thinking about selling it at some point in the near future or at some point whenever, that they think, you know what, that guy, Scott Pierce, that he was amazing. All right. We went to 4 open houses and he was the only one that really conducted that open house at a level that nobody else did. And this presentation right here is going to help you make sure that we create an unforgettable experience so that people remember us. So you're going to go through this, take a look at this a little bit later. I'll refer to this a little bit later in this presentation as well. But you can see here, we're going to, like I said, how to pick the open house, what to do during the open house to make it an event so that people do not forget about us. And we also have some follow-up stuff in there as well. The next link here is a 7-day marketing and lead gen calendar. This is absolutely phenomenal because what this will do is, I think, it can be a little bit overwhelming. There's a lot of things to do for your open house to really pull it off at a high level. Now, you may not be able to nail this the first time you try it, but if you do this regularly and you do it consistently, you can build a business that absolutely blows up. All right. And I mean that in a good way. I don't mean that in a bad way. And so you're going to see here, we talk about every day of the week what to do. Now, I'm going to be walking through most of this today, but again, it can be a little bit difficult. And so, if you want to organize and make sure that we do kind of the right things at the right time, and right, we like, for example, you don't want to do the ad on Friday. It only gives you 1 to 2 days to generate leads. So, we want to do the ad today, right? If you didn't do it yesterday, today's the next best day, and get the ad out. All right, so we're gonna walk through. This is a great content calendar for you. So take a look at that. The actual Instagram stories for open houses with links and polls. And if I click on that, and actually I got the training video. I'll show you where the training. We have a training video. If you do not know how to do this, so I got an open house story on Instagram, and I got a link right to the property website. Like, look how beautiful that is. This is what a phenomenal way to generate leads. And I got a poll down here. And I've got another open house post on a story, and it's linking to a PDF guide. And so I've got another page that walks you through this. Here's a little video clip of the property, right? Open house in Folsom. Right, open house, another little video clip here, free ultimate guide to buying a home download. So I'm offering people downloads for different PDF guides, the single property website, and so on. So some great stuff there. We're going to talk about printing. All right, this I've had clients, they will print the 100-point home marketing plan, and they have this at the open house. We'll be talking about that as well. So as we invite neighbors, as homeowners come through the open house, we've got a 100+ point home marketing plan to get your home sold. This is amazing. This is such a great way to engage homeowners and have great conversations, put home sellers in your pipeline. So we'll talk about that. And again, if I click there, I think it's going to take me to oh yeah, very nice. So if I just click right there, so it'll take you into your account, and just click where it says listing presentation print. And I can download the presentation in a PDF, and then I can print it. Worst case scenario, you can staple it, put it into a folder. If you got a binder, you can bind it. We'll talk about that a little bit as well. And then we got some other things down here that we'll talk about a little bit later as well. All right. Any questions? So log into Listings to Leads, click on Listings. If you need help getting that listing into your account, get with our support team. And I need to set my open house. So I'm going to scroll down, and I got 15 Ambient Way in Folsom. I'm going to select Add Open House to the far right. There's on the far right there, open up the pop-up, and I'm just going to select the open house. So I'll say February 8th, 1 to 4 p.m. I can add another one if I want to, like Saturday and Sunday. Click Save. And, oh, thank you. I appreciate that. And Arif, did my stream end by mistake? No, dude, you're on here right now. I don't know how you can say that. Oh, that's funny. But to get customer returns a problem, how can the customers need my service? Well, if you just do what I'm walking you through right now, you are going to be good. All right. So just do what I do, right? You do it one time, right? You're learning, whatever. So we want to do this consistently. The more consistent you are at doing this, I can't just say I guarantee anything, but based on everything I've ever done and talked to, right, for the last 15 years, this is going to work. So I got the open house right there. Boom. There's my little open house indicator. I'm going to click market listing. Now, one of the first things, and I'm trying to get in the habit of doing this, always make sure the first 5 photos are the best. All right. A lot of times you import a listing from Grab. Your listing comes in from the data feed from the MLS. The photos are going to be not organized the best way. So let me show you real quickly. If you go to edit, so up here is edit, photos. And I can upload my professional photos, whatever I need to do. So I can upload if I want. But rearrange your photos so that the first 5 photos tell a story. All right. We all know, right? Stories sell. And if we just got the first 5 photos are just like front of the house, front of the house, front of the house, uh, you know, kitchen, 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 then you're not telling a story. You're just showing, it's annoying. At the end of the day, it's kind of annoying for people. So organize the first 4 to 5 photos to be the front of the house, kitchen, living room, and maybe the backyard. All right. If you do that, you're going to have a better experience with all of your marketing. People engaging with your marketing are going to have a better experience. And so, again, click edit photos and then just rearrange them. Just click on it and drag it, put it in the order. After you do that, click save. And then you might want to click regenerate GIF right there, because what that's going to do is that's going to regenerate for the e-flyer, for a few other things as well. And you're going to be beautiful on your way to a great time. So I'm going to go back to market listing. First thing I'm going to do is click Facebook and Instagram ads. So again, we are recording this. If you're watching the recording, pause as needed. And we've got the Facebook algorithm pulled into listings to leads. There's no need to go to Facebook. It's going to populate the location. I got the radius. I've got a lifetime budget of 35. I'm going to pop that up to 100. Because again, I'll tell you, average cost per open house lead was about $5 a lead. Really, really powerful. The average range between $1 to $7. All right. So average is 5. The range is, let's say, $2 to $7 was the average. If you're over, I would say if you're over $7 to $8 a lead, turn off the ad and just rerun it. All right. You're going to see in the mastermind group, I did that for an ad last week where the cost per lead was $9.54, way too high. I turned it off and just reran it as a brand new ad. She has now generated 23 leads at an average cost of about $2.60. So from $9.54, nothing changed. From $9.54 to $2.64, something like $2.50, let's just say. All right, so $100. I'm going to click change template. For the ads, I like the image where the template where it's the main image on top. So I'm just going to select the image right here. You can upload a custom image. You can upload a video. You can change the color. You can change the text, right? I can click here where it says edit and change all of that, but this is all good. I like red. I like a contrasting color. It's going to pop on Facebook a little bit better. If I'm using blue or green, sometimes I can get a little bit kind of blended into Facebook. So I like to really pop. All right. And I love that red to really pop. I can click in here, change the text. So, I got full control over how this looks, is what I'm trying to let you know. Now, there's one thing I want you to make sure that you check. And that is when we run an ad, it's going to be a Facebook lead ad. We're going to capture name, email, and phone number by default, but we got the opportunity to ask 3 other questions. And when you ask good questions, you get good answers, and then you're able to provide better value. So this right here, what I'm going to show you for the next 60 seconds is really going to help in your follow-up. So check this out. There's going to be 3 clicks. They're obvious. Advanced options, create new form questions. So if you're watching the recording, you need to rewind that, but it's advanced options, the green create new form button, and then form questions, because we're going to change the questions on the form. So there's name, email, and phone number. That's perfect. And there's a scroll bar. So I'm going to scroll down. Notice notice all these questions right here. So we got, what is your time frame to buy? And that's on. Okay, that's fine. Would you like my free ultimate guide to buying a home? If you want to leave that, you can. I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to scroll down a little bit more. See if you qualify for zero down or down payment assistance. Could be a good one depending on the property. Would you like to be notified first when similar listings hit the market? That could be a great one. Um, have you been pre-approved if you're a lender? Would you like a list of price reduced homes for sale? All right, that could be a great one to engage people with. As I scroll down, there's a lot more questions down here. Do you have a home to sell? That's turned on by default as well. But again, if I want to turn that off, I can. And so what I'm trying to show you here is I have all of these questions. And so what information is most appropriate for you to get? And well, I'm going to select for this listing right here, what's most important to you in your next home? I like that one. And notice there's 5 versions of that same question, and they're all based on different buyer profiles. So we got one version for first-time home buyers, one for family move up, one for downsizing. And if I mouse over the questions, it's the options that change. And so is whatever your home is most appropriate, I'm going to say family move up buyers. All right. Then just click. Well, let me show you. So now the lead form, they're going to select what is your time frame to buy, and they'll select from the download. They'll click and select their option, like 1 to 3, 3 to 6, and so on. What's most important to you in your next home? They're going to select from the options there. And then do you have a home to sell? It's awesome. Click create new form once we're comfortable and we're good. And then just close advanced options. All right. Everybody comfortable with that? Are we good? Now, when I'm generating leads, a lead's going to click on the ad. They're going to see those first 3 questions and they're going to reply to them. And then when I get the lead notification, I'm going to see what they replied. And so that way I can help them better instead of just getting name, email, and phone number and what's your time frame to buy. Now I'm going to get more information. And let's take a look at a previous ad and let's see what it looks like so you can get a better feel for how this works in the real world. Click on the blue show ad button there. Go ahead and type in that we're good to go. Go ahead and let me know. Are you comfortable with what I've showed you? So here's my ad. People click. And would you like a list of price reduced homes for sale? Yes, I would. What's most important to you in your next home? Great schools and nearby parks. And do you have a home to sell? Yes, I do. Actually see about 20% of people say yes to do you have a home to sell. So my follow-up based on these questions and selections from the lead would be right, I'm gonna in my phone calls and my text messages and the emails and my reply, I'm gonna say, I saw that you like to get a list of price reduced homes for sale, and I just want to confirm the area and the price range that you're looking at and see if there's anything else that's important to you. And I also saw that schools and nearby parks are important. So I can make sure that the list of price reduced homes for sale are, in the school districts that are appropriate. Do you have kids that are in elementary school, high school, junior high school, right? What schools are you looking at? And then I saw that you have a home to sell. Will you be selling while you're buying? Because we can make sure that we make the process as smooth as possible so that it all works out very well for you. So you see how all that works together versus only having name, email, and phone number. And so now when I call you, I'm like, hey, Lawrence, this is Scott. You clicked on my ad, but I have no idea what you want. You see what I'm saying? Now I know a little bit more about what you're looking for. So these questions are so powerful because they help shape our follow-up, and they help make sure that our follow-up will meet the needs, desires, and wants of the lead. So we're going to 2 to 3x our follow-up if we just make sure we got the right questions and our follow-up reflects what they replied. All right, beautiful. Yeah, warm up. Exactly right. It's like a warm up. It's like a on ramp, right? To know what are they thinking. All right. And so, for example, there's one for new construction. There was one of the questions in there. I didn't show it to you, or I didn't call it out. But if you're doing, for example, a new construction open house or just an ad for new construction, one of the questions was, would you like to get a list of builder incentives and something else? I can't remember, but you'll see the question right there. Perfect for new construction. All right. Let's work our way down the list. Social media post. This will happen automatically typically. So open house in Folsom. It's going to go, it can, if you got them connected to Facebook, X, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Google. For my social media post, I do like the sideways image like this one better, but either way, it'll be fine. Again, I just like to show that all of this stuff is editable. I can even select, do I want the landing page, the property website, or the virtual tour? So a few options right there. And when people click on this, they are going to, it'll open up, whether it's Facebook, X, LinkedIn, Google, it'll open up the property website, right? And we got video enabled. I've got a 3D tour. So if you got 3D tour, you got property videos, you got area videos, all of these can be put into your listings to leads property websites. I got my 100-point home marketing plan. I got a client review video. I've got the ability for people to home value and download PDF guides. So much amazing stuff right there. Amazing. So that's good to go. Next up is the share on seller social media. Please, please, please do not forget about doing this. This is so powerful. We want to make sure that we are getting this to the seller because they are going to share this. We're going to ask them to put it on Nextdoor. We're going to ask them to put it in any of the neighborhood Facebook groups they belong to. We're going to ask them to put it up on their Facebook page because, and they're motivated to do it. They will do it. They're going to be excited to do it. It's going to look beautiful. It's going to promote you. It's going to get leads back to you from all of these places. And what you're going to do is click the green button. It may say add seller info if you haven't put their info in there yet. And yes, yeah, Lauren, well, everything's connected to the property website. So the ad takes people to the property website, the post, the e-flyer, right? All of this will connect people to that property website automatically. So you don't have to do any of that stuff, right? Imagine going to the Facebook Ads Manager, right? What a nightmare that is. Or I've seen other ad integrations from other vendors. None of them have all the capabilities that we've got in listings to leads. So for the seller, just drop their email. All right, there's two of them. Boom, drop two of them. I got my salutation, right? Dear Ian and Lauren. Hit send. All right, so hit send. And that's going to send my seller an email. Now, before I do anything else, click on e-flyer for seller. And I got, notice right there's those first 5 photos, right? It looks beautiful. That's why we want to make sure that we go to edit photos, drag and drop the first 5 photos, first 4 photos, so that they make sense. They tell a nice story. Because this right here, right, just like on the Facebook ad template, right here, we're going to use those first 4 or 5 photos. It depends on what the tool is. Like here, it's the first 5. For the Facebook ad, it's the first 4. People click the e-flyer, they go to the property website. But they also see you as well. And we're going to do the same thing here. Click the green button, add the seller's information, click send. And so here's what's going to happen. You are going to be CC'd, and it's going to let you know that the seller just got these 2 emails. You're going to call the seller up, and you're going to essentially say something like this. So pay attention. It's awesome. You're going to love it. You're going to get some great leads from it. You're going to get, and if it's your listing, when you get around to doing the pending and the just sold e-flyer and social media post, that's just hands down some of the best. But we got to start off, right? We got to start off as early as possible. So we're going to call that seller up in this case. And we're going to say, Hey, Margarita, Scott here. Want to let you know we got the open house coming up. We're doing a lot of great marketing. It's on Zillow, it's on Realtor.com. We just did a Facebook ad. We got other social media going out. We have some other things that we're going to be doing this week to make sure we get a beautiful turnout. I sent you 2 emails. One for you to share up on your Facebook page, because again, we want to make sure that we get as many people as there as possible. And I'm sure you know people who know people that would love to buy a home in the area. And so we do not want to leave any stones unturned. And while you're at it, if you belong to any Facebook groups for the neighborhood or next door, put it there as well so we can make sure we get as many people there as possible. I also sent you an e-flyer that you can share to people via email. And again, we're super excited. We'll be there on Sunday. The open house is from 1 to 4. We'll probably show up about 12:30, get everything ready to go. And then I'll make sure to let you know after the open house how everything went. All right. You see that great script right there, that great little role play with you? That is going to get your sellers excited about your beautiful communication. It's going to get your sellers excited to do this for you because they're going to see why they're doing it. They're going to understand why they're doing it. And you'll get some of them. I've heard of people where the seller posted it like several times during the week. So we don't want to wait till Friday to do that. We want to do that now. So make sure, share on seller social media, e-flyer for seller sphere of influence. Both of those go out. When you get CC'd, when you get your copies of these emails, call the seller, right? Have that conversation and enjoy. You're gonna absolutely love it. All right, now we want to get the neighbors there. We want to make sure we get the neighbors there. Why? Because somebody is going to be selling in the next 6 months, maybe sooner. All right, we all know the statistics, right? And that's what, and this is where it gets to making sure we pick a good property to hold open, even if we've got a listing. All right, maybe we got multiple listings. I want to make sure that I've got the right property to hold open, because if my property is, the 43rd floor of a condo building with a security guard, check-in that's 17 miles out, that's going to be a little rough. All right, or it can be. I live in an area where it's kind of a mix of urban, rural, suburban. So, I can go, there are homes around here that if you were to hold open, you might get 5 people coming to them, right? All the neighbors are a half mile apart. It's just a beautiful home, but it's going to be a little bit difficult to engage the neighbors with a property like that versus another home that's in more of a traditional neighborhood, or at least a neighborhood where there's like maybe, at least 50 to 100 homes in that neighborhood, where I can go door knock and I can meet the neighbors and I can invite them to my open house. And so this nearby homeowner letter, it is editable. So there's a little edit icon. So for example, if I'm having a neighborhood preview, I can edit the invitation to say that. But right here, so the nearby homeowner letter. Hello, I hope you're having a great week. I just wanted to let you know that we're having an open house at 15 Ambient Way in Folsom on Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. And they can get more information at the URL. First of all, that URL is amazing. Notice it says 15ambientway.thebestlisting.com. That psychologically is a great trigger, because it's going to make them think like, wow, right? This home is the best listing. That's great. What a great agent, right? What great marketing. Then they got the text code, so they can send a text, get the property website sent to them automatically. This is all automated. We got a QR code automatically on there, so we can scan the QR code. If anybody wants to, I will make that bigger. Let me see if I can drag or get to where that QR code is. Give me a second there. There we go. And I will scan it as well. I love scanning QR codes. Boom. And there we go. The property website. It's gorgeous, right? Absolutely gorgeous. So whether I sent a text message, I go to the link, I scan the QR code, it's beautiful. And again, all of that was automated. I didn't have to do anything. It's just when I add the listing, all of this stuff is done automatically. And then it says when this home is sold, it will affect your home's value. And that's going to take them to here. But this is also in the property website. So when they scan the QR code, they send a text message. Not only can they see the property video, the photos, a 3D tour, right? All the information about the listing, but now they can actually get their home value right at my property website. So how are you getting this to the neighbor? I would door knock. I mean, you can mail it. People will, there's a number of ways you can mail it. I mean, for just listed, pending, just sold, mailing makes sense. All right. I mean, door knocking always makes the most sense, right? If you are a salesperson, what is the number one thing that we want to do? We want to get in front of people, because I know the quicker I can get in front of you and have a quick, at least a quick 5 to 10 seconds with you, the likelihood of me engaging and working with you is what, 10x, especially if we do door knocking with, and I always recommend this, right? We're going to prepare this for the open house, right? The 100-point home marketing plan. We're going to prepare that for the open house. Why not have it ready ahead of time so that when we go door knocking, we have this with us as well? Now, I know a lot of you are in parts of the country that it's not going to work to door knock necessarily. So, do what you can. Now, some people, and if I go back into listings to leads, over here, success stories. So right under your affiliate link are success stories. I'm going to right click and I'm going to open that in a new tab just so that we don't lose where we're at. And if I scroll down, there's a lot of great ones here. So this agent, she just printed them up and she just tri-folded the actual letter itself. So she just printed the nearby homeowner letter. She tri-folded it and mailed it out that way. All right, got a listing from it. Bernadette, same thing. All right, nearby homeowner letter, and she door knocked. All right, got another listing from it. And again, here's a different one, at a different time with it. All right, again, I don't know if she door knocked or what here. I'm not sure, but anyways, so another listing. So the nearby homeowner letter is phenomenal. Corey, right here, got a listing there from me that I sent when I sent this is for the just sold. All right. He gets listings all the time. All right. And every time I change the status of the listing, the nearby homeowner letter will change for that same listing automatically. All right. So any questions on that? How about the door hangers with the link to the flip book? Yeah, 100%. You can do that as well. That'd be awesome. So yeah, postcards and door hangers. I don't really go over this too much in the open house just because, your lead time for sending postcards. I mean, if you totally want to do it, do it. Right. The front will have the QR code, the text code, and the domain. And the back, similar to the letter, we'll talk about the fact that when the home is sold, it will affect their home value. And it invites them to get a home value estimate. They're way better than 95% of those postcards out there that I get all the time. All right. So yeah, get that letter. And again, right, I showed you the link to where to find this. We want to print this up. And if you're going to go door knocking, I would take that with me. All right. One of our clients put $2.7 million into the pipeline door knocking with our stuff. Now he was going after expireds, but can you imagine $2.7 million door knocking 12 homes over a 3-day period? And the reason why it took so long, because he was having conversations. If you go to our website, watch the Scott Murray. If I go back to our website, and if I click right here, so this video right here, and there's actually a longer version on our YouTube channel where he actually goes through the scripts that he used. Absolutely phenomenal. All right. Next up, circle prospecting scripts. Again, if you're going to invest time and money into an open house, I would highly recommend that you do the circle prospect. right, via phone, the homes are on that open house. If you are not comfortable cold calling, if you've never done this kind of thing before, doing it for an open house can be absolutely phenomenal because essentially you're offering a service and it's a customer service call. And you should really have that frame of mind with this because I'm going to call you up and I'm going to say, essentially, uh, I'm going to call up and say, hi, Tiffany. Yeah, this is Tiffany. Da, da, da. I'm just going to say, hi, this is Scott with XYZ Realty. And we're having an open house at 15 Ambient Way on Saturday from 1 to 4 p.m. And I just wanted to invite you, right? You're inviting them to the open house. Now, if you want to reframe that a little bit to, maybe just off, hi, I'm looking for the, homeowner at 123 Main Street. And then they say, yeah, this is them. Say, oh, great. We're having an open house at 15 Ambient Way on Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. My name is Scott Pierce, and I'll be the agent at the open house. And I just wanted to personally invite you to come by and check it out and get a chance to say hi to you, right? Whatever it is, but calling them up. And we got a couple of great, ending here where we can say something like, with the way the market is now, I just want to make sure to let you know about the open house coming up. And if you'd like more information on schedule showing, I'd love to be able to help you out with that. And by the way, when this home sells, it's going to affect the home values around it. Would Tiffany Hernandez at gmail.com be the best email to send an updated home value estimate to? Now, I know Tiffany's email because if I'm using a service like My Plus Leads or RedX or Vulcan 7, I've got all that information right there. So I can just confirm her email. She's more likely going to say yes to that. And now I've got another person in my pipeline. I got another person that's more likely to come over because I know the more people that come to my open house, the more tools, and there's more than this, I got more tools to engage them. All right. And that's where that open house mastery presentation comes in because we want to make sure that our open house is a honeypot. All right. So I know that's kind of a funny terminology for it, but our open house is going to be a honeypot. It's going to be an event. It's going to be something people remember. It's going to be something people are blown away and impressed by. And so the more people I can get there, the more opportunities I've got for both listings and buyers. All right. Does that make sense? Are we all good on this? Next up is our database. All right. So give me a yes. Are we good? Everyone chime in here. Let me know. Perfect. All right, Tiffany, you got it. All right, everybody else, come on. Don't let Tiffany be the only one here showing everybody up. All right, Lawrence. All right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Back at you. All right, Denise. Thank you. Awesome. Denise says, great. Arif, are we still there, my man? All right, next up, we got our database. Again, you've spent money, you spend time, you're paying for the CRM every month. Why do we not get more benefit from it? So we got an open house. You're listing or not, it doesn't matter. All right. We want to make sure that we send out this email. You can send it through your CRM. You can send it through Bold, Follow Up Boss, whatever, Gmail, right? Whatever it is going to be. You can send it through Listings to Leads first, which I'll show you. Because, if it's an open house and you've been marketing it as just listed or active, you may have leads already generated. So I can select whatever listings to leads I want and send it. Boom. I can send that email. The great thing about our email is, again, not only does it look beautiful, right? Go to the property website automatically. And again, when this home is sold, it will affect your home's value. People click there. My home value landing page pops up. All right. I'll tell you, the home value landing page is really cool. Check this out. So if I put in, and this is the same one that's on the nearby homeowner letter, same one that's in your website, your single property website. So they put in their address, and this is all customizable. I can customize the background. Now check this out. I might sell my home for, if one of our buyers loves your home, what price would you sell it for? And I could have changed that to, what price would you consider an offer for? 900,000. Great. Name, email, and phone number. Then they get their home value on the next page, along with some other information. All right. How do I get my landing pages to be live scrolling like yours? Oh no, Evan. Yeah, that I'll point that out a little bit later. Now, if I want to send this through Bold Trail, Lofty, Follow Up Boss, there's a couple of ways of doing it. One is, and the more complicated, click that little copy code icon. Right, we have a couple of versions here. To be honest, the easiest way, just click into the email, Command A, Control A, and then Command A, Control C, right, whichever PC or Mac, and then go to your CRM where you're going to send out an email. And now you wouldn't do this in listings to leads, of course, because you'll just click send now, schedule, or select the list you want to send it to. So I'm simulating like I'm in Follow Up Boss, let's say. Open house in Folsom, Sunday, 1 to 4 p.m. Hit next. So let's say I'm in Bold Trail, I'm in Lofty, and I'm just gonna paste it right into the editor. That little box where I, type out my email. I'm just gonna paste it in. That's like literally that easy. Look at that. I got the slideshow that's gonna rotate through. Beautiful, right? The only thing I might do is just take out that tag for first name since I've already got it in my CRM and just send it out through your CRM. Absolutely perfect. And then we want to call through some of our CRM. Again, you're not bothering them. You're not selling them. You're not being a pest. You are just calling them to invite them to an open house. They're in your CRM for a reason. So if they're in your CRM for a reason, I would send the e-flyer to everybody in my database. And then secondly, I would pick 5, 10, 20 people to call up, whatever filter you want to use. Maybe it's the people that have looked at the most properties in my IDX in the last 7 days, right? The most active people. Maybe it's the 7 to the 10 people that I've not talked to in the longest period of time. Because again, this is such an easy script. All I'm doing is I'm calling you up and I'm just saying, "Hi, Evan, Scott here at L2L Realty, and I'm just letting you know we're having an open house at 15 Ambient Way in Folsom on Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. And I just really wanted to make sure that you were invited to come by." That's it. Let them respond. They may say, "Thanks, but we're not interested in buying or selling right now." Okay, great, right? But you're staying in contact. I'm just, I didn't call up and say, "Hey, do you want to sell your home right now?" No, click, hang up. We're calling to just let them know about an open house that we're having. All right. So, and if they live in the area, so we got the circle prospecting script for the homes around that listing. But if they are homeowners, maybe outside the circle prospecting bubble, right? But they still live in Folsom, they might be perfect to call up as well. So yeah, go through that database call script because again, similar to the idea of contextualizing this with the idea that their home is going to their home value is going to be changed when this home does sell. We got something kind of similar to here where we got a version where the call to action is, do they own a home in the area? But do they own a home maybe not in the area? And so when I'm calling my database, if they own a home but not in the area, I may say something like, I don't know if you're interested, but I do free CMAs for all of my clients and VIPs. So we're immediately pulling them in to our sphere. So we called them up, easy invite to the open house that we're having. And oh, by the way, I do these free CMAs for all of my VIPs and my clients. And I know you're not looking to sell anytime soon. So we're taking the pressure off of them. I know you're not looking to sell anytime soon, but I would love to do one of these for you just so you can keep tabs on your home. And, it's great for me just to stay plugged into the values in the area. If you're interested, I'd love to send it to you. Would evan@gmail.com be the best email to send that to? So you see how I did that right there? So I'm calling you up. as a service, letting you know about an open house we're having. I would love to see you there if you're around. And oh, by the way, I know you're not thinking about selling anytime soon, taking the pressure off. But for my VIPs and my clients, I do these reports on a monthly, once a year, every month I do 10 to 20 of them. And I would love to include you on that for this month. All right. Would evan@gmail.com be the best email to send that to? All right. That's absolutely awesome. Yes, you can connect CRM. Yeah, for sure. I'll point that out a little bit later. All right. Short form video script. Just go ahead and click the send button. If you're on your laptop, if you're on your phone, you've already got it right there. You can just drop this into a teleprompter app and get a video out the door. All right. You cannot do too many videos. It's impossible. You can do reels, you can do stories. If you saw the master prompt in the mastermind group, I'm telling you, it's absolutely bananas. Maybe I'll show it to you a little bit later in this call. But to get this video out the door, I would go, even if it's not your listing, I might go to the listing agent and just say, hey, I'm going to be doing a quick Instagram reel to promote the open house on Sunday. I'm going to go buy the property tomorrow from, at 2:00. Can you just let your sellers know I'm going to be out front for about 5 minutes recording a quick video? All right. And just get it. Even if you're not great at it, you got no audience, you're only going to get better, and you're only going to build an audience by doing more videos. If you know our client, John Summers, right, phenomenal client of ours. He does, phenomenal CapCut videos. And they're gorgeous. You can do them at a high level like that, or you can just do them more where you're just standing in front of the property, reading the script. All right. But either way, because here's the deal. You can do all of the, AI generated whatever reels and posts, but until people see you and get to know you and get comfortable with you, it's going to be harder to get their business. So the more we can show up on camera, the more people can hear our voice, can see our energy, right? The better we're going to be doing in the long term. So no matter what else you're doing, I would still try and get my own video like this with this script out the door. All right. I'm going to come to open house sign in form in a few minutes. Just let me wrap it up here. All right. Listing flyers, tons of different layouts. Just a lot. Top left is probably my favorite, but you can pick your poison. If I click the download button, it'll have, the first 5 photos. So again, right, that's why we do the first 5 photos I showed you earlier. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's got a QR code automatically there. It's got the text code automatically there. We only use the first part of the property description. Why? Because we want people to text or scan the QR code. Make sense? I don't want to give everything away in the listing flyer. I want to give a taste. I want to give most of it away, but I want to leave something, right, where they take action and I've got a better chance of engaging and following up with them. So they can scan the QR code. They can send a text message. Especially if they send a text message, I'll get the phone number right away. It's beautiful, right? And these will be your colors, your logo, your branding, your picture, right? So if your brand colors are red, that'll be red. If they're gold, that'll be gold. You can customize it. You can change it. It's awesome. If you don't have a sign writer on your yard sign like we saw at the beginning of this call, you want to make sure that you get that done as well, because these generate some of the best leads. I can customize them, customize sign writers. I can order them from Dirt Cheap Signs, and then I can also download the template, give it to my local printer, whatever you want to do. But yeah, these are amazing. These are so powerful. And again, it's all automated. You don't have to do anything except use it, because the text code is going to stay in your account automatically. I can, when I get another listing, that text code can be reassigned to the next listing. And typically that'll happen automatically. So I can take my yard sign from one listing to the next and make sure, because I've got, the statuses on top, and especially when the home goes pending, right? And they see the neighbors see the pending on it, and then they start texting because they really want to know. Oh my God, you're going to generate some of the best leads, some of the best leads. But if you don't do it, you're not going to get them. All right, let's go to the open house sign. There's other blog posts, Craigslist, right? Traffic report, YouTube video, right? But let's go to open house sign-in form. Well, yeah, you get, I think, Jordan, you get like 10 text codes automatically, and you can order more. So if you got 10 listings, you'll have 10 different text codes. Will the QR code send back to Follow Boss Robin? Yeah, if they scan a QR code, no. But if the QR code goes to a landing page and they fill out the landing page, then yes. All right. All right. So the open house sign-in form, you're going to see in our open house mastery. So remember we had the open house mastery presentation, which is under the marketing calendar. If you went to the marketing calendar, you're going to see a tab called presentations. We talk about this more there. There's an online version and a print version. I like the print version better. All right? I like the print version better. And you'll see more on that. And let's discuss more in open house mastery. But regardless, I can change. So let's just click on this. All right. So welcome to our open house app, 15 Ambient Way. The QR code is automatic. People tap on the tablet, they click on the laptop, or they're on the print version. Notice I got the contact information, phone number, email, and then automatically send me 6 things to check before buying a home guide. And that's checked automatically. People hit continue. I'm going to get the guide. All right. And it's branded to you. So it's all your colors, your logo. All of these are customizable. I can rearrange them. Right. Thank you for your information. All right. So I had show contact information first, but I could also change that to show the questions first. And now when I tap on the open house sign in form, instead of doing name, email, and phone number first, I've got the questions first. So that's one thing to look at. Next thing is I can rearrange the questions. I can edit any of the questions I added. I can add new questions, and I can do short answer, paragraph, check boxes, radio buttons, drop down, right? A lot of great customization right there. I can change how dark that overlay is going to be on top of the form. All right. I got the print version. And the really cool thing is the print version will flow with any edits I make. So any questions I add or rearrange will show up on the print version as well. So really, really cool. Really, really cool stuff right there. All right. To access the marketing presentation, go to marketing calendar, presentations right here, and open house mastery. So that was, remember the beginning of the call, we were looking at that presentation, this one here. So make sure you go through this later. This is 50 pages. It is it's a masterclass on how to do an open house. Again, we got the PDF guide, we got the checklist. To find the recording, go to resources. So again, I'm still under marketing calendar resources, and our YouTube channel, Instagram, and our Facebook mastermind group. Make sure you take a look at that. And I'm going to go back to, how to add a phone number. Yeah. So let's go back to the listing. So here's my open house. Let's just say I'm under market listing. All right. So, I'm in market listing. Go to edit and preferences. So under edit preferences, and you're going to see show phone and make it required. All right. The landing page I was using a little early, the one that's in your single property website, the one that's linked to off of the e-flyer, the nearby homeowner letter, under landing pages, free home values right here. And if I click on edit, you can change the background. I can change the text on the landing page. I can change the what information I'm collecting. I can go from standard to custom. I can toggle between page one. Now if I go page one, pricing, page two, where it says pricing, this is where that secondary pricing form was. And if I open up form fields, I might sell my home for, if one of our buyers, what home would you, I might change, let me just make that a little bigger. What home, if one of our buyers, what price would you maybe take a look at? May not be the most proper way of phrasing that, but just to show you, I can change that around. And that will save. And there's a lot of other great customizations I can do here. One of the things is every lead that comes through every single month, they will get the first week of the month, they will get a home value update automatically. Check this out under advanced options, the green button right here. And if I go to, I believe maybe preferences. Let me see. Oh, follow up, under follow up right there. Send follow up email first week of every month. And so the first week of every month, they're going to get this email. And I believe there is a preview, or I can send a test email because we got all these tags right here, right? We don't want to mess up the tags. So yeah, so every lead I generate, they're going to get the first week of the month an updated email. And this is just a preview mode. But here's the email similar to what they'll get the first week of every month. Right? And they can request check this out. That actually goes to this page. Get your they can request a real time, not just an updated estimate. They can go to my agent website with listings to leads right there. That's my listings to leads website. And then I got view my client reviews automatically. So if I got my client reviews coming in from Zillow, Testimonial Tree, that's my listings to leads client review website. And all my client reviews pop in automatically. All right. Awesome stuff right there. All right. All right. Any questions? Anything? Are we good? It is 12:03. Just about perfect. Am I missing anything? Can reviews come out of 100%. Sophia, go to, let me show you real quickly here. In listings to leads, client reviews. Well, Evan, when you add the address, when you say live scrolling, I'm not sure what you mean by that. But for the client reviews, go to client reviews, add review, and add review here. So if you go to import, go to import, Zillow, Google, Testimonial Tree. So just pop those questions or click on those buttons. And then I can also do it manually. So I can, always do manual. And I can even request reviews. All right. But Evan, I don't mean you say live scrolling. it's just, they're gonna, if you're talking about, like, for example, on this one, yours does the same thing, right? So if I just, yeah, that'll happen automatically. Hmm. Automatic. I gotta find it. Yeah, and if you're seeing something different, get into the mastermind group, or get with our support team. But yeah, no, when I go to any nearby homeowner letter and I go to market listing and nearby homeowner letter, I can, and again, I can edit that if I wanted to, very, very lightly. Don't edit it too much because it's not, the more you edit these, the less they convert. But yeah, no, yeah, your letter is right there. Yeah. All right. Are we good? And then also in the presentation. So when we go to uh, the marketing calendar and we go to the presentation tab, open house mastery, in the presentation, and I think it's in the guide as well, there's information about follow-up. So make sure you take a look at this, because we get into the follow-up as well. Last thing I'll mention is if you use the print version of the open house sign-in form, so the print version, you will want to make sure that you add them to the online version. Oh, I wanted to show you that. Hold on a second. I want to show you one more thing here. And you're going to love this. Oh, listeningstoleads.com/blog. So give me one more second, please. Don't hang up. This is going to be worth it. I promise you. So back at that link I put into the chat at the beginning of this call, sign-in form for editor, the seller showcase video. So I put this in the mastermind group about putting this video. So putting this video on the seller's TV. And then the last thing I'm going to mention is the PDF guides. All right. All the PDF guides have print flyers. So you want to put print flyers like this one here, print them up and put them in a little acrylic flyer stand. And I think that's in the presentation as well. And have these at your open house, because that way, as people are coming through the open house and they take a look at the flyer right in the stand, I got another one here, more of a like a vertical one, right, for another guide. And so people can scan the QR code or they just look at it and they may ask you about it, or you see them looking at them and you mentioned, yeah, if I got a great guide on down payment assistant, if you like to get it, go ahead and scan the QR code. Or if you like, I can just email it to you a little bit later. But it's a great conversation to have. All right. And Sophia, I bought them. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, perfect. And the last thing I'm going to mention, if you're going to print this up, so again, print these up. If you go door knocking, take it with you. If you are at the open house, print it and make sure it's at the open house. Leave it on a table somewhere. All right, leave it on the table somewhere. It could be in the kitchen. It could be near the sign-in area. And as people are coming through, right, hey, thank you for coming in. The sellers request everybody sign in for security reasons. And when you sign in, you're going to get, this, that, and the other thing. In fact, right here, we've got the seller request on Canva that you can request. Right here's a little link to Canva. And this can be very great. You can change the image. You can change everything here. What you'll do is you'll request access. I'll give you access to view it only. And then you will go file, make a copy, and then I can edit this however I want. But so back to the presentation here. What you'll say to people is, and by the way, I've got my 100 plus point home marketing plan sitting on the table over there. If you're at all curious to look at it, feel free. And would love your opinion. And that way, people that don't own a home are probably not going to care about it. People that do own a home are probably going to be curious and they're going to walk over, they're going to take a look at it. And again, it's another great way to have a conversation with people because as they're looking through it, right, you can say, oh, what do you think about this? Have you ever seen a marketing plan like that from another agent? And they're going to say no. They're going to say, oh my God, no, I've never seen something like this before. And maybe you say, hey, pull out your phone and scan that QR code if you like. If you want to see what that looks like on your phone, they're going to pull up their phone. Maybe they don't know how to scan the QR code and you can walk them through how to do it. And they're even going to be more impressed. And then you can say, do you own a home in the area? And they might say, yeah, but we're not thinking about selling right now, right? Whatever. That's fine. You know what I'd love to do if you like, I know you're not thinking about selling. That's cool. But I can actually prepare one of these featuring your home if you're thinking about it. And you can see what your home looks like in my marketing, right? Or I could come by and drop off I could send you a copy via text or email. I want to get this in their hands as quickly as possible, either a custom one for their home or just a general one, right? Until they're more close to actually thinking about selling. Does that make sense? Because the quicker I get one of these presentations into their hand via text, via email, via door knocking, via dropping off, via mail, doesn't matter, some way, the closer I am to listing their property. Make sense? All right, everybody, listen, I am out of here. I am good to go. Are you all good to go? Give me a quick yes that we're good. Yes? Are we good? I'm looking at the comments. I don't see anybody commenting yet. And hopefully it's not too cold where you are. All right, Jordan, thank you. Sophia, thank you. All right, appreciate that. Awesome. Tiffany, awesome. Thank you as well. All right, I've not eaten yet. I've been on calls all morning, so I need to go get some food before I pass out. Oh, Robin, freezing. I know. I'm so sorry. Oh, God. Joan, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right. And make sure you're in the mastermind group. Make sure we're in the mastermind group. A lot of great stuff in there. Pay attention. And with that, have a phenomenal day, and we'll talk to you soon.